Hey, if you enjoy what I do, please drop a like on the video, click the bell if you want to, not necessary, and drop a comment. Want to give me feedback. I'm doing it like this because I'm pretty bad at selling out when I'm recording videos. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you there. So we have Beni-Enma again. This is a character I thought I did a video on, but it was probably again something I talked about on stream. This is a character that I have a high affinity with, like meaning this servant has come to me on multiple different accounts. Not as many, not as at high a rate as say Castoria or Berserker Musashi, but still, I have this character on 3 different accounts. This is just a servant that the story hit me here. Sorry, my webcam didn't show. And honestly, it's for like this is one of the characters that made me stop summoning on Genshin because I felt the storytelling was much better, and I would rather summon for characters like this than Genshin characters. Why? Go on YouTube and watch like through Beni-Enma. I know like a lot of people don't like watching story, especially for events, but this is one I felt for. So yeah, she is a child servant, but don't let that fool you. She definitely does not act like Jack or Nursery Rhyme. She is a inn proprietress. I'm struggling, chat. Give me a break. But she is, oof, her MP just slaps. Alright. So base attack just above average, by about 100. HP again, not super high, but also not super low. Like 14,000 I think is like good for 5 stars. Let's see. Star weight, star gen, saber numbers, MP charge 0.56. I wish this was higher, but at the same time, like, I get it. Like, she actually, like, she has like decent crit potential. Her arts card, or her quick card, oof, 6 hits. If she was like a different class, like a moon cancer, a foreigner, or an assassin, oh boy, would that be a good quick card. But it's a passable quick card for a safe card. 6 hits on quick, again, 3 on art, 1 hit on buster, and a 5 hit extra attack. So refund, not the best, but also not the worst. This extra. Most of it is going to come from an art chain or a QAB, which QABs for Beni-Enma actually look like really sick because like just putting the quick card at the end, the increased star gen, like actually makes this thing drop stars. First skill, full turn of evasion and 40% crit damage for 3 turns. Very nice, very nice. 6 turn cooldown. Very good that she has this. She is 100% a DPS servant. Nice to have crit damage in your own kit. So, servants are going to be using with her. Oh wait, this is talking about NA, not JB. Yeah, NA kind of just have to wait for Lady Avalon for like the real art sprint support. If you can get crits, cool. Not the biggest thing. You're just probably art spamming anyway. Second skill. Now, Beni-Enma has a weird gimmick where she heals the enemy, but it's 1,000 HP. Does 1,000 HP make the difference? I mean, yeah, but not really. Like with break bars, it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, yeah, it might make the difference of like whether you break a bar or not, but that's usually a min roll on an MP or a card hit, not 1,000 really doesn't do much for enemies. For yourself, yeah, that's a kind of a decent heal. 1,000's not bad. But for enemies, it's like literally nothing. When they have like 100,000 HP or a million, does 1,000 really compare to a million? No. Enough about that though. So the first one reduces all enemies' defense 20%, reduces their crit attack chance 30%, and seals their MP. I think healing them 1,000 for like debuffing them this hard is worth it. Third skill also has the heal, but buffs your party's attack by 20%, increases buff removal resistance 100%. Good if you're using Castoria. Just want to say that. And it's to the party, not just Beni-Enma, the entire party. That turn, if you're fighting someone like Shiro Amakusa or Odysseus, they are not yeeting your solemn defense. This is protection for that, for their MP. For that, this has a lot of value in boss fights. Like, they cannot yeet solemn defense off. 20% battery for the party, so sub DPS. Like, the only thing selfish about her was this, to help her stay alive. But it was either crit damage, they were either going to give her crit damage or damage defense. Crit on her makes way more sense. Just side note. So yeah, if you like don't want to do, if you want sub DPS, she can do it. She does not have to be main DPS, although she is very, very good at it. Oh yeah, 1k heal for the party. All these passives. So, debuff resist 20%, built-in crit damage, which is why this like 40% makes sense because it gets boosted up to 50. Crit Sargen 10%. In creation, which is just territory creation, 10%. Always having an arts buff, always having a Sargen buff. Like, this is an assassin passive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, let me just go over this real quick. She has magic resist, A, saber skill, independent action, A, an archer skill, presence concealment, A, an assassin skill, and in creation, B, a caster passive at 10%. Her passives are very good, and she also prevents skill seal. So, who's a skill sealing boss? I don't know, Ibuki right now on Hankyo. If you're trying to do setups, Ibuki kind of is annoying because that first turn is like basically a buy. Can't really do much. Her passives are good. Pens. So she only has a 20% battery to the party. That's an issue with the pens because you kind of don't really know what to go with. Getting the 20% a pen does mean double Castoria, just the 30% are going to get her to 100. And if you have the other Castorias, they're going to get to 80. And if you have the appends on them, they're going to get to 100. It gives you more freedom, but I think going extra attack just makes sense because Beni-Enma is a DPS. If she had a higher battery, mana loading would be suggested, but no. Extra attack, I think, would be her strongest spend. MP. No normal effect, but the OC, damage mod against chaotic, damage mod against evil. These are two separate buffs, which is awesome because that means her damage can be very explosive. You get two different power mods when you, and then you start stacking with Castoria. If they happen to be a threat against them, against humanity as well, oh boy. And actually, for a second, I just want to see something. Does the tree No, I don't think the trees are actually going to count. But imagine if the tree actually counted for had an alignment, and then you just got double Castoria's like mods along with these. Ridiculous damage. That I think is understated about Castoria, which I bring up in my video, that she actually does have a damage mod for her arts buff. It's just like it rarely comes up, but when it does, damage explodes. And finally, Bond CE. Damage mod against chaotic and evil alignments by 15%. Again, 2 separate buffs. This is not going to be a single one. This is 2 different ones, which, again, very helpful. Very helpful because, again, they could have made her have it for chaotic and evil, but no, they separated it. It shows in the damage chart. Beni-Enma, no buffs. Let me state that again. She does not have any buffs whatsoever. This is with the attack buff and the defense down. Like buffs that last for 3 turns. Chaotic or evil. Chaotic evil. She hits as hard as a buffed Musashi with her Buster buff. Like, and again, this is MP1 values, and she's going to have type advantage. Should. Beni-Enma is someone you bring when you know alignments, which most of the time you do. Like, for any kind of setup, most of the time you know who you're fighting. She is meant to be killing a single person as chaotic evil. Just bring that up. Her best case is either chaotic evil berserkers or those, I guess. So these are all the servants she has full advantage. As you can see, a lot of berserkers, a lot of them. Lancers, good number of lancers, and all these type neutral. With the chaotic evil casters, there's only like 4 of them. She'll be refunding a lot. But she hits so, and again, she hits so many servants off these damage mods. Every single servant that pops up, she has the damage mod against. Like, I'm not saying Beni-Enma is a must summon, but she is definitely one of the better sabers in single target sabers in the game. Musashi, like, and not only that, she also has like very good uptime. Like, she is a like, it helps that she's an art servant, but you can use her with Tamamo to have like better uptime on her skills instead of just running double Castoria like yeah, like these are like 6 turn, all the same cooldown. You can be popping them at the same time. Like, anyway, if you can like reduce cooldowns with Tamamo, and just have like good uptime on this stuff, that it's definitely battery, buff removal, resistance. Like, especially this part. This part is huge in boss fights because bosses do like to just they design some bosses specifically with Castoria in mind to just get off solid defense. Otherwise, you're not done. Having this, good. I'm not sure that there are bosses that she'll have full advantage of, like chaotic evil lancers. But when those times do come up, like, I mean, again, it doesn't even need to be like lancers, just chaotic evil. She'll probably still clap them pretty easily. Again, these are 1 turn, so all her face cards will get this buff, not just the MP. Big caveat though is that again she hasn't gotten buffed at all, so there's room for her to grow. There's so much room for her to grow. MP buff, skill buff. I think if they were gonna do it, it would be MP buff and give her a normal effect on it. Just because like these are kind of hard to buff because they're not bad skills. Anyway, that's it on Beni-Enma. Thank you for listening to me rant on this character. Love this character so much. When I get to bring her out, uh, it's kind her one weakness is that single target art sabers are a very bringing this up. It is a very competitive, yes, competitive environment because you have Dioscuri, you have Trunk Sisters, you have Saito, who's like one of my most used servants for like bring up the single target arts thing. He is like literally one of the most used servants I use for this. Hokusai, Lancelot, like all servants that you probably have more than one copy of, like especially Hokusai. So if you don't have those servants, Beni-Enma is a good pick. If you do have them, she's more she can be used in more than just fighting lancers. All right, peace out.